This is a short video showing my landline plus 4G phone setup I've done in my model railway room. The green phone and the GEC one here, GEC746 Mark 1 and the Ericsson N170B, they both are set up at the moment working and on the lines. The green one goes via PABX onto my NBN service. That one goes via the 4G interface to make it up one work over 4G via pulse tone converter. That one's going to be on, well, when we refer, that goes over 4G Vodafone service via pulse tone converter for a 4G router. That's going to be done the same way, but that's going to be going over Telstra. When I get the figure at the SIM, I don't have the modem, I haven't got a pulse tone converter for that one. The way this phone works, if I dial 0 to get the exchange, it'll go on my PBX, I'll lift up the handset. That's the internal. If I dial 0, I'll dial the public transport number to show you this phone works. Someone's probably going to say in the comments, why don't you just link your phone straight up to the telephone exchange? There's a simple reason for that. Because if I link this thing straight to my line, it won't dial out. I will mention what I mean by that. In the year 2023 we're in now, most telephone exchanges, definitely NBN exchanges, most NBN exchanges will not accept rotary loop disconnect pulse dialing or Strowger dialing. If none of my training, if you don't understand what that is, just search up Strowger telephone dialing, pulse dialing, and you'll see what I mean, because these will not work on most modern telephone exchanges. It will not work at all unless you have some way of making them do from pulse to tone conversion. Like I have to go via PABX, that phone, that goes via PABX, Office PBX as it's called, or they're using the railways, and it does the pulse tone converter for me. I'm just going to move that GEC phone off the wall because that's got my number showing on and all that showing in the video. That's how that works. So I ring my number, I'll demonstrate. I'll do that now so you can hear the bell ring. It'll ring in a slow double cadence. As you can see. That's got a Ouija though, because that's because my favourite game. I just put it in there because it's a green face. It's on my green table. Next phone will be set up, but it's not functioning at the moment. I do have the Telstra SIM set up with my mobile number set up. That'll be, if you choose the messaging, just work on the railway in here. That modem there will be the modem I use. I just got to wait for the pulse tone converter to arrive in the post. The next one over here is a GEC Mark 1 746. This is working. My friend Victorian Rail Heritage, Matt K183, and STY Train Spotter. I'm not going to say their real names on YouTube here. They have the private number to this phone, and I don't want any of my friends giving the private number on YouTube. So when I say don't put it on YouTube, don't put it in the YouTube comments at all, because I have control of the number and I don't want to give anyone getting known the private number to this phone. So I'm going to give that to certain friends of mine, not to everyone who's on my YouTube channel. But the way this works, it works over 4G, not over the phone line service. The way it's set up, when I tried this phone set up first, Victorian Railheads will know this, plus STY Trains will know this, so I had a few issues setting that up. It was receiving, when Victorian Railheads called me, or STY Train Spotter called me to that phone, and I answered here, it would answer the call straight. When I was dialing to them, had a bit of an issue with my previous modem. For some reason, that modem down there does not work on outgoing calls properly over Vodafone service. So I put it on Telstra SIM, it'll work fine. So what I've got here is my older 4G router. It works with telephone service. There's the antenna, so using this on the windows caused by the pigeons. That's a pulse to tone converter. If I plug a rotary phone straight into that, it would not dial out. But with that on it, it will. The wire goes down behind the table and up to the GEC phone. I will show this a GEC one. GEC made in England, 746 1972. The line call's not original to the phone. I've bodged a black Australian one on there because I don't have the original junction box yet for this phone, but it does work. If I dial my home number, I'm going to speak quite loud because I want my number being heard over the receiver here while I do this, so you can't hear the tone numbers being dialed out, so no one hear my home number. There we go. That'll clear in a few seconds. The problem with this phone, it does the DTMF digits when it dials, so it's a pulse tone. If I will demonstrate that, we'll hear them. I don't dial my number fully. There will be a voice message actually from Matt Cameron. I feel like he tested my line. I forgot how what I didn't know was I had it disconnected and it went through my messages bank. But I just have a very funny ringtone on that one. I'll explain that in another thing later, next time on the video, because it's quite funny. I won't play it on camera because it will say my telephone numbers. The way that phone works, it runs over the cell, so if I ring that phone, it'll do the United States ringing cadence. It was alright for my service because it'll be easy to identify which phone's ringing. I hear it ring, it's ringing now. Had that clear straight away. I had issues with this as well. All that thing is over there. It all has inside there is a normal 4G phone SIM. Like that's how you can have a phone line in your house as well. If you don't want to have a actual normal phone line, the best way of doing it this way as well, one of these, get yourself a small Panasonic TGA30, because I use mainly for pulse tone conversion. You get one of those, put it to a PBX, and use any type of phone you like in your house, and it'll work. But that one works over 4G. That'll be on 4G soon when I kicked up. The reason why there's no dial labs on these two phones, that has my numbers on that one. That's my number as well on it. Like that's my GC label. It has got a telephone number on it. My mobile number on it. So that's my 4G setup. I'm done with the two phone with that phone there. That'll be the same. That's on my landline. That's also set up as a party line as well, this one. Like HTY Traceables, as I showed him the other day with this phone. This one's on a party line because the cable one's under the carpet. I won't be able to show you that phone because I've got my telephone number and I'll just cover my phone over it. But this grey 746L from 1967, this one here, is linked to the same telephone line. So when I dial, when somebody rings the landline, it rings in here. But also rings in my railway room. On that phone there was an Ericsson one. So this is my telephone setup I have in my railway room. But I will say this, thanks to Andy mentioned this, he knows YouTube was doing this. I will mention for most of my YouTube fans watching my channel because they'll be getting annoyed with the ads playing. But in the near future, I think Andy said the 1st of November, I think he said it right. YouTube is making the ads on videos non-skippable on video. So because I don't control the ads on my YouTube videos, it's not up to me when the ads go on or not, because I don't add ads to my videos. It's YouTube doing this as in my trained videos and all I do. It's actually YouTube doing it. But after the 1st of November, you'll have to watch the ads all the way through to watch one of my videos on YouTube after that date, because they'll be really annoying. But I will say this, when the V-Line N classes retire from service for real, like they've already actually started retiring, they've already retired N470 and N472 from service. I was told by my new friend in V-Line this today at the train station. He was driving down Warrnambool. When they withdraw the N classes altogether, the only visual you'll see will be about 2 to 4 weeks in spacing with Manly Steam Rail 707 operations, Seymour Rail Heritage, Warrnambool Goods 9204, 9203, and any random standard gauge face I'll be filming around the network. But mainly what you'll mainly see on my channel is my favourite goods train and the heritage trains I film, because they are withdrawn. The N-Class, so the N4770 is gone and N472 is gone. Where they actually stored right now is in the Geelong turntable in the Geelong Loco Depot. There's no way of getting pictures of them unless you're near the fence to get a picture. But this is supposed to be video showing my telephone setup, but this is my GEC 746 on 4G and my Ericsson N1970 phone on the landline service. That's the end of the video.